Hey there, StarCraft fans. It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft2 Legacy of the Void. Today it's going to be another match from BlizzCon, the round of 16 this time around. It's going to be on Lost and Found, and it's going to be between Classic and Special. Top right-hand corner of the map, it is the Red Protoss player Classic, known as one of the best Protoss players on planet Earth right now. And in the bottom left-hand corner, the Blue Terran player Special, again, one of the top Terran players. Known to man here. Special has just increased in power level so much over the last year or so. It's 18 months, I want to say. He's just really been scarier in every way. His macros gotten better, his micros gotten better, his ability to multitask has increased just immensely. After spending some time in Korea, really, in a house training in that country. And really, that seems to be how a lot of people have gotten much better at the game. Alright, so Probe coming on down to Scout. He will notice a complete lack of barracks. Good job by Classic scouting that. And then begins the game of find the proxy the Terran is throwing down. It's hard. It is hard to do. It is hard to find. It is hard to find a proxy. There are oh so many places on these maps. You can hide them if you're a Terran player. Classic's not even bothered by it, but he's going to go ahead and make sure he throws down his stuff close to home. Make sure he gets a Cyber Core here instead of going for a 1-gate expand, because you need Stalkers out as fast as you can, regardless of what is coming here from Special. It's just going to be a Reaper. Reaper's name is going to be Crazy Harry. Formerly the excitable pyrotechnic expert of the Muppet Show, Harry was left without income when the show ended. His habit of setting off explosions whenever someone said any kind of explosion-related word severely limited his employment options, forcing him into the Reaper program, where he hopes to do a bang-up job. Yep, that's what he's doing here. Look at him hiding. He's hiding his factory over here, too, so that Classic thinks there might be a proxy fac, and he's blocking off the expansion with a bunker. Actually, not blocking it off. He's planning on throwing a dude in there. All right, fair enough. Well, the Reaper shows up, and there's only a Zealot present, which means should be able to get a probe kill, possibly. Good pull on the probes there, though, by Classic. Is he going to lose anything here? I'm not convinced he will. Oh, that probe getting pulled off as well. And wow, that is some disgusting control from Classic. Well played. Good sir. He didn't lose a probe to that. He had a Zealot and a bunch of probes, and he didn't lose a probe. Crazy Harry's like, well, that wasn't cool. I guess I'm going back home. Oh, does he want to kill this probe? I think maybe he wants to kill that probe. It's going to be salvaged at some point, but it does delay. It does delay the expansion of Classic. He has enough minerals to do it. He'd like to expand at this point. He just can't. And there's the salvage, and there's the return on the money. Probe comes trying to wander in here, but again, nice wall set up. Nope. And, checking this area. He does see this. He doesn't see the factory. That's weird. He almost did. He totally almost did. Chasing. No, run. Run, Crazy Harry. There's an Adept after you. You do have that one probe kill. Did you go back in and get that? Oh, if you did, I missed it. So SCV gets killed here by the Adept, but probe is alive. Adept will shepherd it back home. And an Oracle coming out here too. So Oracle's name is going to be Lore, the evil robot. No, I did that one. Balrog, an AI transferred from a robotic body that looked like a giant bar of soap. Body slamming is a bit harder now, but he's enjoying the pulsar beam. What? I don't know. It's the Balrog. What do you want from me? I'm going to try to sneak on in here. Again, these are old Cyclones. This is old patch stuff. BlizzCon was played on the old patch. It's a Cyclone. I'm still waiting. Still does a lot of damage to air stuff with that lock-on ability, and the Oracle is forced to get on out. So no damage done whatsoever. Nice response here. Viking out as well from our Terran player. A special and expansion just done now for Classic. He started that thing as soon as he possibly could. Expansion for our friend Special is not quite ready to go yet. Actually, it is. It was built inside the main, and it's going to go ahead and land over there. Regardless, Reaper comes in for the scout, and he is going to see the additional gateway and a lack of additional gateways and the robotics facility. So good scout there from Crazy Harry. He's dead now. Bummer for him. Double Oracle coming on over. Balrog has a friend. And, oh, these SCVs are in trouble. Get him. Get him. One down. Two down. No, two Cyclone with a double lock-on. That's even scarier than one Cyclone with lock-on. So we're going to pull back. Raven on the way here from Special 2. And we do, in fact, have an Immortal on the way from the Protoss player Classic. Classic. Oh, this Widowmine wants to catch one of those so bad. So bad. Wants to catch something coming across the map. Something flying around the map. Cyclones in pretty good position to shut this thing down, and they are. Alright, so the SCV building that barracks gets killed. It's a minor victory here for Balrog. 1 kill and 1 kill each. Definitely not paying for themselves at this stage of the game. Viking landing, so the Phoenix can't mess with it, is hilarious. Hey, come over here, he says. Come pick me up over here by this innocuous patch of ground. And there's the lift, and there's the... Oh, the Viking actually dies. The Widowmine taking down the Viking. The Phoenix can survive a hit, especially with how much HP it had remaining, and that was a fantastic play out of Classic. Classic going for a third base here, really macroing it up hard against Special, whose natural base is done. It is 43 to 40 workers, so it's as close as you're going to get in this particular situation. Oracle's still flying to fly around here. We're looking at a Marine tank pressure, Marine Marauder play here with medevac support from Special. That's usually how he tends to play PvT. It's really kind of the way to play PvT. You can't really mech. Cannot mech against Protoss, as Immortals will just wreck your tanks. They will destroy your tank lines. It's very, very sad. Stasis Wards getting tossed up, killing the rocks. Choke areas are better for Terran than they are for Protoss in this matchup. If you are able to funnel a Protoss player through a choke into tank fire, they are gonna die. And that's why we're seeing the destruction of those rocks there. Quick plug, I guess, as long as nothing much is going on. For the Falcon Paladin Hour, it is a weekly podcast with me and Somicron and Australian. We talk about StarCraft, we talk about TV shows and movies and books and all sorts of nerdy stuff. We talked in depth about the patch notes for the most recent balance patch for StarCraft2. So if you want to know my thoughts on those and what I think is going to be good, what I think is going to be bad, then hit it up, Falcon Paladin, in your podcast app. Zap, zap, zap. And the Oracle is doing some pretty good work here. Balrog is getting a couple kills. Not too shabby as Combat Shield finishes up here for Special. Yep, there's that medevac production. And for the Protoss player, we're working on just a lot of Immortals, man. Immortals getting blink, getting upgrades. Pretty good push here from Special. Nice anti-armor missile thrown down here, too. Anti-armor against Protoss is kind of amazing. Cyclone, oh, picked up and moved to the back there. The Raven gets picked off, though. In exchange, that's what you want to be doing here. That's what you want to be doing if you're Classic. Anti-armor missiles, fantastic right now. And just waiting for that to pull off here. We've actually seen a fairly similar situation to this before between Stats and Special. But yeah, Special likes pushing this this base at about this time. And he's doing some pretty good work here. Once he can get the tank in range of the Nexus and fire upon it, that's exactly what you want. Oracle, no, Oracle does manage to escape there. Tank still rocking on, well, at least rocking on a building adjacent to the Nexus. Does get a pylon. Tank is sitting here with 1 kill. He's very proud of himself right now. Just basically giving Classic some time here to respond. He's got another Immortal in production. That's a lot of tank. They're going to blink right on top. A lot of Stalker. That tank is going to go down. The Marines Marauders are firing as best they can against the Blink Stalkers, but the Immortals doing very good against the Marauders. And just severely outnumbered here is Special. He's going to go ahead and retreat from this location. Widowmine getting picked out of the ground. Again, Snow. Cyclone dead. Cyclone a big priority from Classic here. And he's going to chase this army back. A blink on top of the medevacs. 1 down. Losing maybe a Stalker in the process. Definitely worth it, though. And actually high grounding it here. It's Special a little bit. Liberator sets up shop. Liberator's going to change this game a little bit here, too. Very, very good against Stalkers. Good against Immortals. Good against pretty much anything. Anything except for Tempest, again, can outrange the Liberator and hit them. I'm not a huge fan of it. I'd much rather see the Protoss player brute force Liberators with Blink Stalkers. We've seen it work, you guys. We've seen it work several times on the channel, dating back to when Liberators were new. And Protoss were worried about how to deal with them. And if you just brute force it with Blink Stalker, maybe get some Storms on to weaken up the bio and thin them out a little bit so you don't just die as soon as you blink forward, you're going to be okay. That's my recommendation from Falcon Paladin every single time, is just blink on the Liberators and kill them. That's all I got to say. Stalkers pushing out. Upgrades on these guys. They have +1 attack. They have blink. They're working on +1 armor. Charges on the way for Zealots, but they don't quite have it yet. And trying to establish a 4th base here is Classic, but Special coming up this way. He's going to shut this down. The army is going to try to show up, but yeah, both the probes are dead. The pylon's going to die here too. I'm not sure the Special is going to push any further in this direction. Just kind of shutting down the attempt to get the 4th base going is enough of a victory for him, as his 3rd base is up and his 4th base is under construction now. Going to go ahead and boost into the main base and try to get some stuff done. Maybe cancel some upgrades. Man, canceling charge would be brilliant for him, but I don't think he's going to get there in time. He's going to go ahead and cancel the +1 armor, which is a good deal. But yeah, does manage to get charged. And almost losing a medevac. Does lose a full medevac in the process. Brutal, brutal stuff. Totally, totally horrible stuff there. And another base from Classic in the bottom right. Dude is expanding like a madman. He's expanding like there's no tomorrow. Alright, well, Templar Archives in production here for Classic. He's going to have Storm or Archons or something along those lines sooner rather than later. Marauder does give advance warning. There's an army pushing in. It's 76 to 65 army supply. Classic has a lead. He's going for Disruptors. Up in that production tab, also getting a Warp Prism. Warp Prism in the hand of a player who knows what they're doing is absolutely insane. It's so good. It is such a good unit. I do like the fact that we have Balrog running around. He's only got 2 kills, but he's thrown up a bunch of stasis wards around the map here and triggered. It's been triggered once or twice by the Terran army. And that's bait, man. That is bait. Oh, look at him send the one dude in. That's so good. That's so good. I'm not sure that Special knew there was a trap there, but maybe just sent one Marauder out to chase after the Stalkers. He didn't want to engage his entire force into a small force of Protoss there, right? Right. 4th base coming up for Classic. He's going to go ahead and get that one now. Storm, High Templar, and Disruptors in production here for Classic. And yeah, does Special know about this? He does. He just sent a Marine down. He found it. These are charge lots with +1 armor. They are so very, very good against Bio with similar upgrades. +2/+2s on the way for, well, yeah, for Special. But again, denying that +1 armor upgrade was kind of a big deal. Special's going to have an upgrade advantage on armor compared to his Protoss opponent for quite a while now. At least until 3-3 manages to come around. APM for these players, well over 300 for each. At this stage of the game, continuing to push in is Special. He's going to go after this 4th base. There's a lot of Marauder, a lot of Marine on the ground. There is no Storm, no Disruptor here at all. There we go. There are the Disruptors, and that's what you want to do here. Blinking forward, tank set up on the high ground. Purification Nova is dodge again. That was updated in the current patch of StarCraft 2. Oh, it's a Liberator. Like, what is killing probes? Liberator way, way down here in the bottom right of the map. Could not even see him on that mini map at all. At all. Tank set up for Special, and Classic's decision here is don't engage with the tanks. I guess do it a little bit if you have to. Pretty good splits there from Special. That was really good, actually. That was really fantastic. Good force field setting up, kind of keeping Special away from that right side. Again, just not getting in range of the tanks, really, unless he has to. Small group of Special pushing around this bottom right-hand corner. Going to get some damage done. This is really all you got to do is keep Classic engaged here at the top. Storming on top of the tanks. Zealots rushing on the top of the tanks too. All the tanks are dead except for 2 on this side. Dropping High Templar from the medevac, or from the Warp Prism, and throwing storms all over the place. This is a brutal, brutal crushing here from Classic, but he's going to lose his 4th base along this bottom right-hand side, which is not good for him. 11 probes killed in the last couple of minutes here. It is 61 to 79 workers from Special. Taking the high ground here is Special. He's trying to hang on, blinking on top of the tanks there. Immortals coming back here too. Desperately trying to hold here is Special right now. It is not looking good for him at all, however. Purification Nova's coming in. They catch a couple of Marauders there. Not incredible. Tank set up inside the natural base. Classic really should try to go for that base instead, but pushing a little bit on this base of Classics are these Marines and Marauders, but decided to try to come home and try to keep him alive instead. The 3rd base is in a heck of a lot of trouble. Gonna try to retreat from here. A lot of SCVs going down. Can he get the command center out of there, the orbital command, before it dies? Storm's so good in this situation. He does manage to save the orbital command. Reinforcements coming in from the other side. A bit of a surprise flank attack. I don't think Classic would expect that. Nice Nova hit though. Oh, the Nova hits are just, they're really, really good when they hit. That said, Special's blink. His split has been pretty darn good here. The army from the flank attack is completely dead. How are you doing this, Classic? You're doing so very, very well. SCV's trying to come back and getting picked off. It's 157 to 135 supply right now. It looks like a ragtag group here for Special defending his 3rd base. It's back. It's being repaired. It's alive right now. So we're 4 base to 4 base. Pretty even. Special's actually getting a 5th base at the 6 o'clock position. Holy smokes, dude. How is he doing this? How is he alive right now? I guess maybe Classic says damage done. Losses are hurting Special more, 16,000 compared to 13,000. So cost efficiency, again, the hallmark of Protoss, is doing pretty well. But a lot of tanks here from Special, good for defensive situations and offensive situations where you can actually hit opposing nexuses. If you can't hit opposing buildings, then Classic's just going to dance around your tanks all the livelong day. There's not much you can do about it. Small hit squad trying to see, is there a base up top? No, there's not. How interesting. But there's going to be one soon. And then boosting out, boosting away. Observer here seeing this whole darn thing. This whole situation going on. And here we go. Here we go from Classic. Yeah, he's pushing. He's pushing down. He does not have an army advantage, you guys. It's 109 to 107. Storm is a big deal, in fairness. Storm is a big equalizer for Protoss. Guess who's attacking on up into the 4th base of Classic, though. Wow, while the cat's away, the mice will play. And now I think Classic has to go here. He's storming the bio on the left side. SCV's coming in to hit on the bottom side here, too. Too many Immortals. Tank count a little bit insane, though, for the Terran player. Is it enough to actually crush through this? The storms are massive. 14 SCVs died. Somehow, Special manages to hold there. There's just a ragtag army of Stalker and High Templar here, and he gets on out. Still attacking up this way is Special, though. Marines Marauders killing a ton of probes. Woo! 28 probes have gone down, and then dancing back into the 4th base, which Classic assumed was safe, but by golly, it's not. And there's the recall, and he's, you know, what are we going to recall here? Oh, we recalled a War Prism and a handful of units. That's kind of incredible stuff. All right, so Medevac, a little bit stuck here. You should really go into the main and just try to get something done. Try to unload there before you can't. Yeah, shuttling the Stalkers up here is Classic. He has no intention of allowing these guys to live. But if this is allowing Special to get away with his base at the 6th position, then why not? Right? Absolutely, why not here? That's a pretty good pylon to kill. He's trying to deny that ground armor upgrade. Can he get it? Absolutely. If the Marauder was helping, maybe, but no. But no, definitely not. Medevacs were running for their... fleeing for their Medevac lives. There's nowhere to go, and you're toast. This one actually hiding pretty well. 181 to 120 supply. How is Special up right now? How is this even happening? Special, man. He's playing so well. All right, here we go. Tanks on the low ground and on that ramp on that left side. Kind of clumped up. A nice target for Storm, if we're being honest with ourselves. This Marauder has 4 kills. He's going to die to the Zealot. Big old storming engagement here in the middle of the map, though. Trying to get rid of this bio, trying to get rid of the tanks. More and more tanks keep showing up from Special, though. Dropping Immortals directly on top of the tanks, trying to make it happen. Storming the other tanks as well. Classic is going to clean this thing up. What? He was down like 100 supply. How are these players doing this from positions where they're so far behind? Dropping here at the 4th base again, picking up... not boosting out. I don't think he had a boost available, and then is exploded by Stalkers. So 12 o'clock position is done for Classic. He's needed that for a while because Special's been mining from the 6 o'clock position quite some time now. Quite is late, you guys. Woo! We are casting, and it is late as per usual. 5 probes in production for Classic. He's down 73 to 49 workers. Another attack here at the front from Classic. It's got Archons in the front, good to do damage against bio and absorb tank shots too. Taking this top left-hand corner base is Special. Trying to keep one base up on Classic, and I can't blame him for it. Ghost production on the way now from Special. I do like Ghost against Protoss. EMP's fantastic. Really good. And steady targeting against High Templar, not bad either. Although, he's been keeping his HT in these War Prisms, which is a genius idea. Makes it much harder to EMP them because you can't EMP them when they're in Warp Prisms, and steady targeting isn't available either. Just when you unload them, things get a little bit scary. You got to pick up these High Templar. There you go. No? Yes? Wait, what the? Where'd that other one go? Marine checking to see if there's a base up here, and his intel is correct. There is a base up here. Maybe I can kill a... Nope. A probe? Definitely not. Army supply. 110 to 71 in favor of Special again. Small army of Adepts. Ooh, can they pause construction on this top left base? They sure can. Oh, and these SCVs are in trouble. Get out. Run. Ow, and it forces a cancel. That's all it takes is a handful of Adepts. Adept sneaking back in here too, out of range of the oh, just kidding, not out of range at all. Nope. Planetary Fortress able to do a ton of work there. Adepts wandering into this base, trying to get out of range of the PF, and this is a better position to do this from. These Adepts putting in work, man. 4 kills and 3 kills on these guys before Marines show up and murder them. Attacking on this way is Classic. He's got the Archons, he's got the Zealots, he's got the Stalkers, and again, attacking on in. Good Storms present, fleeing from this location especially. Does not like what he sees whatsoever. He's trying to unload his tanks and pick them up to save them. Oh, one of the medevacs picked off in midair. Well done. Well done by Classic there. And suddenly it's quiet. The music has stopped. Special's up 189 to 147 supply. I really can't call who's ahead right now because Special's had bigger armies in the past, and Classic has been able to beat them just through sheer technical wizardry. Storms, Blinkstalker play, dropping Immortals directly on top of tanks. Bit of an engagement along this way. Special already kiting back a little bit. Nice Storm. Tank tries to set up, does absolutely nothing there. Does literally nothing for the Terran player. Probes going down where? I think they were Liberators, and I think they're gone now. Again, Liberators don't last very long when you're playing against Classic. Oh, there's another one. Gets killed by Stalker. What a surprise. So it is 3-3 for the Protoss, and it's 3-2. How is it 2? For Special, you had the ability to have an upgrade advantage, and you squandered it a little bit. Alright, so pre-splitting his units here against potential EMPs. 8 more probes go down. A Marine doing work over there, guys. Man, Special's multitasking is nuts this game. How many workers has he killed? He's killed 73 workers. And sure, Classic has killed 40 as well, which is nice. But gateway count here for the Protoss player is 9. 9 gateways for effectively 5 bases. Which seems low, but again, he's making Immortals here too. Archon trying to come at the front there. That does not happen for him at all. Got an Observer. Nice scan. Got the Observer. Now Classic's playing a little bit more blind. Nice EMP on those clumped up units. That Archon died fast. And look who's expanding again. Special, you're insane. Oh, here we go. Protoss attack at the north here. Storm, Zealots leading the charge. Stalkers blink targeting whatever they can here. Tanks on the left side doing some pretty good work, though. Sitting on the high ground, just shelling a little bit out of range of these particular units. Marine Marauder in this situation against basically Stalker. Zealot going to do okay. Another Storm comes out of nowhere, though. Zealots attacking on top here. You need to keep them out of the range of the tanks. The tanks firing on them, exploding them as they run. Liberator is present here, too. And Special pulls back, licking his wounds. Production tab looks pretty healthy here for him, though. Classic not doing much with his money. It's just more Immortals. Army supply 71 to 50. Again, this income is so important for Special. Continues to send Liberators out, even when it's not necessarily super viable to do so. And is coming in with a small Stalker Zealot army. He's going to try to shut this thing down, but this is a planetary fortress now. It's going to be very... Well, that's a lot of Zealot, man. That is a lot of Zealot. And yeah, they get the planetary fortress there. Liberator shuts down stuff here at Classic's 12 o'clock position. The army gets away fairly well, but both players taking some worker kills there. Liberator actually, yeah, just kind of by default tries to go left and just gets massacred in the process. Mother, says our Marine as he dies. Look who's going for Dark Templar is Classic. Interesting. I mean, the continued scans by Special make it really hard to make Dark Templar do anything here, but it's 160 to 101 supply. Army's 152. Special's just doubling up Classic right now, you guys. He's doing exceptionally well for the Terran race. A lot of probes dying here at this third base. For Classic, it's, yeah, that's 6 more probes go down. He's only got 50 here. Templar Archives get sniped off. What a nice piece of tech to snipe off there. No more Archons? No more High Templar? That is some pretty fancy stuff. Out of SpeCial, making additional ghosts. Replanting, taking his base, yep, I think from his main, and throwing it down here to the 6 o'clock position for his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th base. 6th base at 6 o'clock. Pylon goes down. Classic is nowhere near being supply blocked, but going after these probes, just these small, tiny little hit squads, man. They're kind of amazing from SpeCial. Just a couple probes here and there for a couple Marines. That seems like a fair trade. 180 to 114 supply. SpeCial continues to make stuff while that production tab just looks anemic. For Classic, he doesn't have, he's got the income. He's just playing this a little bit differently here. I'm not additional sentries on production here too. Got some Zealots warping in, pushing here at the 4th base. There's no army to stop this from happening. Guess what? Classic's going to go the other way. Are we base raising it, ladies and gentlemen? You can't base raise a Protoss. They can recall home. That said, I don't know that he wants to recall home because he can't handle this army. Oh, man. What's left behind here? Nice EMP, but the storms are too good. Everybody dies. Everybody defending the homeland dies there. The 12 o'clock position here by Classic is gone. All these probes are going to die. None of them. Actually, some of them might make it home. And by some, I mean 2. 2 of them make it home. Still, killing buildings here inside the main base. These are production facilities. SpeCial does not want to lose these at all. And expanding in the bottom right at the same time is Classic. What a game. What a match this is, you guys. Amazing potential right now to be one of the greatest PvTs I've ever cast. All right, man. Again, it's just army supply is the problem for Classic, though. In a straight-up engagement, it just is not going to happen here. High Templar using their basic attack, which, hey, every little bit DPS matters here. If you're a Protoss player, anyway. Just setting up outside is SpeCial. He's like, I know you got to come out of here eventually. You can't fly out. Do you have a warp prism? You do not. Yeah, this is actually a very interesting, very reserved, conservative play here from SpeCial. He's picking off reinforcements. He's going after whatever mining bases might exist. He's going to take that sucker down. There's the cancel. And trying to come out here, it's just not good. It's not a good place for you. He's like, well, I guess... Oh, beautiful EMP. Another beautiful EMP. Taking off the sentry there. No Guardian Shield for you. And then just going right on in. There's the recall, but a bunch of Stalkers get killed. In the meantime, gets the Immortal too. Oh, there's no Immortal here. That's a big deal. Still, High Templar turning themselves into Archons. 5 probes have gone down so far. And just amazing display. There's a Dark Templar at the front trying to win this game. There's the scan. Dark Templar is gone. Zealot trying to make it happen. That's a good game. Good game. SpeCial is your winner, and Classic is defeated in 27 minutes and 37 seconds. Wow. What just fantastic play there from SpeCial. His continued harassment. 118 workers killed by him in that game. If it wasn't Liberators, it was a handful of Marines. It was Marines and Marauders. It was drops happening everywhere. Probes were not safe, no matter where they happened to be. He lost a ton of tanks, you guys. He lost more than Classic did. 51,000 compared to 50,000 for the Protoss player, but he was able to make more because he held onto his bases for longer. Income overall was better throughout most of the game. And yeah, the storms were brilliant out of Classic. The disruptor shots were pretty good there too. High Templar, Archon play, Warp Prism, just beautiful, beautiful stuff overall from the Protoss player. But SpeCial was the better player today, and he gets the win. All right, well, that is going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.